showtime.
Fire and water, earth and the sky, mystery surround us, legends never die. We're here for the moment, lost in time. I can hear them call, they're locked within the crystal ball.
Boy, this place isn't really rocky, and I guess you could say I'm gonna have quite the rocky start! Hey everybody, it's the D-Rock 100, and welcome back to more of Pokémon and Shining Pearl. Yeah, Shining Pearl. Anyway, last time, we did some exploring on the left half of the Grand Underground on the big path, and I have to say, it was quite the experience. And we also did something else. But anyway, this time, we're going to be exploring for what we can for the new section of Oreburgh Gate. But before we do that, I'll show you off my team real quick. They kind of leveled up a little bit. They were taking care of some of the trainers and that were not as important to be shown, but I guess I can show you for what has happened. As you can see, his Pokemon hasn't changed much. Jirachi here has learned the move Life Dew. A very interesting move to say the least. It restores half of the HP of itself and its ally in the battle. Not bad to say the least. Of course, Mew hasn't changed much. Beautifly here, on the other hand, learned Air Cutter. Well, I guess I already learned Air Cutter, but it also learned Mega Drain. I decided to get rid of Poison Stain because it's not going to be that useful, but I decided to go for something that may be of some good use for what's going to be coming up later on in the game. And Cloudy here hasn't changed much. So, I say now that we've finally gotten that. Oh yeah, I've also bought me some escape ropes for what's to come. Let's not go up this way. We couldn't do this from before, since we didn't have Rock Smash, but now I have the golden opportunity to do so, since I now have an excuse for coming down here. I want to do it until I get the bicycle to do so. So, while going to the Oreburgh Gate, we technically don't have any new Pokemon for us to talk about at this point, but I now want to take a moment to talk about the Pokemon that you can find in those honey trees from before. You came earlier than I thought! I thought it was later on, but oh well. So, what do you say we go and talk about the 6 new Pokemon that you can find on the honey tree, and some of those Pokemon can be worth your time. Except for, maybe, a few, but who knows? Maybe I might find something. And let's just get right to it. I should also point out that these Pokemon are going to be levels of 5 and 15. So it might not exactly be worth your time, especially for so late in the game, but maybe you could have found some use for them later on. I'm just kind of stalling for time. Let's just get right to it. First off, Apom, a normal type Pokemon that is actually pretty quick and not a bad physical sweeper. This is a Pokemon that I kind of feel like is great to have for any team, unless if you plan on using it as fodder for something later on. Personally, that's probably what I would do, unless you get the ability of Skill Link. This maximizes the number of times multi-strikes moves can hit. So moves like, say, Fury Swipes, which it learns naturally, will always do it 5 times. I think you might be seeing where this is going here. I definitely would suggest this as a Pokemon over the others, especially since that, well, I guess a pickup is not bad. It's just not very useful while doing things in combat. To evolve it, you need to know the move Double Hit, which it learns at level 32. You may want to consider doing this, especially since that, well, this isn't a learning move evolution that's been introduced into the game, but, yeah, well. It's not bad, it's really good. Technicians are probably, well, I guess Skill Link's gonna be the best one to go for, but it will probably become pretty much a household name. Unfortunately, just make sure that if it learns any special type moves, it's not going to do much damage in the process. Next up is one of my personal favorites, Heracross. A bug fighting type that doesn't evolve, but it doesn't need to. And no, guys, Mega Evolution does not count. If you want one, Swarm or Moxie isn't going to be the best abilities to go for. Swarm speaks for itself, which raises its bug type moves by a pin when its HP is low. Or better yet, if you just keep grinding away until you get its hidden ability Moxie, it'll become a truly devastating Pokemon. This will make it so that it'll raise its attack stat by 1 level every time it knocks out a Pokemon in battle. That's a kind of a repetition of what I'm saying there, but you get what I mean. This is a very good ability, and it can be a hassle if you keep grinding it up for so long. The only big things to really watch out for is the fact that it actually comes armed with a handful of weaknesses, especially to flying. But I think you might find that it may not always be a bad thing. I definitely recommend that you do this, and you can only go up against a very powerful Pokemon in the future. And trust me when I say, you're going to be going up against a lot of powerful Pokemon that actually has the disadvantage against a bug and fighting types. What's next? Burmy. Oh, Burmy. From that expression, there's already so much that I don't really need to be said, but just a whole lot of yeesh. Burmy is a very weird Pokemon. It's a bug type, and then it could potentially be one of several types, depending on the environment and for where you're at. There's Plant Cloak Burmy, there's Sandy Cloak Burmy, and then there's Trash Cloak Burmy. These are some very weird Pokemon, to say the least. They're found specifically through specific locations. Like the Plant one can be found out just outside Jubilee Village. Sandy Cloak can be found in a cave or a snowstorm. And Trash Cloak can be found in a building. Don't ask. Some of that stuff doesn't really make sense on how these Pokemon can be found. But kind of bringing this down to a little more about Burmy that I guess it hasn't already been said already. It does come with a really nice ability of Overcoat, which protects the Pokemon from things like sand, hail, and powder. This basically means that it takes no damage from weather effects. Huh. Kind of feels sort of right at home, does it? Right? Wrong! All in all, Burmy is a very interesting Pokemon. I don't really recommend it for any team, unless if you just don't really like it and you like its concept. What a bug type that is sort of worth your time of getting, just make sure that it's female, otherwise it's gonna be useless as all get out. Combee! A bug flying type that is probably one of the most awkward Pokemon that you'll find. If it's a male Combee, it's useless, but if it's a female, it'll have some good work. And no, I'm not being sexist in any way. It's required to be a female to fully evolve. A strange thing is that it loses that practically signature ability of Honey Gather for Pressure. I kind of see Pressure as a bit of a throwaway ability, but I guess that if you just really like its evolution, it could be worth it getting. Yeah, I don't buy it really. But in all seriousness, Combee is okay. Honey Gather used to be a signature ability, but apparently Teddy Ursa and the Rabombi line can learn it as well. Not bad. It just gathers on honey after a battle, which is okay for gathering, well, honey in a quick way. But if you really do want to have a little bit of some fun and figuring out how things work, give this one a try. You might not actually find out that it could be pretty good for what it is. But, and I also like to repeat, don't get a male Combee. I may have said that like 3 or 4 times, but trust me, I might have just saved you some pains in the head when ripping the hairs out. Next up is a Pokemon that I feel like is secretly pretty good. We'll find out in just a moment. Cherubi! This is a pure grass type Pokemon that is actually not a bad Pokemon if you plan on using a Sun Summoner on your team. It will know the move Sunny Day, which will graciously help out her with an ability of Chlorophyll, which will double its speed in sunlight. If you really want a Sun Summoner on... Excuse me. If you really do want a Sun Summoner on your team, Cherubi and its evolution is a monster. I consider this one to be very good, but a lot of people seem to overlook it. I'm not saying that it's bad, I'm just saying that it's kind of underused and you can actually find some pretty good use out of it. I actually originally planned on using a Cherubi on my team, but I ultimately decided against it because I wasn't really a big fan of using a Sun Summoner on my team. Because most of the time it's a Pokemon that it's very interesting to use, but it is unfortunately held back a little bit. And finally, I probably saved the nuttiest one for last. The rarest Pokemon that you can find on honey trees, and you're very likely not going to get it from this way. Let's just get right to the point. Munchlax. Not much needs to be said about this. It is tied for having the lowest base speed out of any Pokemon, the total being 5. I think it's rivaled with Shuckle, I believe it was. I don't fully remember. But in all seriousness, this is a Pokemon that's going to be going last a lot. If you want to use this Pokemon, by all means, it is a very good Pokemon. I personally think that Pickup is probably going to be the better ability to go for. Thick Fetch just cuts the attack on fire and ice type moves it has for when it hits. But you're not going to be seeing those types of Pokemon here for a very long time. Okay, maybe more with fire types and more than ice types, but you get what I mean. And Gluttony just to make it eat a berry sooner than usual. That's all it really is. But what really makes this thing that shine through is it meant to be one of the best physically offensive special tanks in the game. And it also has some of the highest HP out of all the non-fully evolved Pokemon at this point. I don't recommend him finding it on a honey tree, but you will eventually be able to encounter those, well, underground. And I actually recommend doing it like that over this way. Mostly due to the fact that it'll be already high leveled, and some of the moves that I don't know is going to be right there, pretty much on a silver platter. Huh, I wonder. Because Munchlax does a lot of eating. The way to evolve it is you gotta have it at max happiness, and it's actually pretty easy to max out its happiness. Just take this thing into battle a few times, and maybe give it a few, drugs, I guess. And just making sure that it's happy. And then it'll become a happy face after that, right? Wrong! It'll just become more dopey as it is, but I actually kind of like both of these Pokemon. Heck, I used a Munchlax in my last Pokemon Let's Play, and it served me well. Maybe it can do for you. Just don't catch it with a honey tree. Oh my goodness, that was a mouthful. So, there was actually not much of the Oreburgh Gate that I originally anticipated. But then again, I've rarely ever been down there, but I did manage to get what I was looking for down there, which was in that TM70 Flash. Because there is a location that I definitely want to go into later on that is actually going to be a good idea for us to use that Flash. Because there might be something at a certain location that I might actually consider going after. Might. So I won't go into this fight. There was a trainer that I battled that actually was someone of interest. The Pokemon trainer in question had a Chimchar. If you have chosen Turtwig or Piplup, then that's enough of where you can find another one. I guess in one's case. Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't think it would really matter. Okay. I guess I'm just showing off that they probably put it in there as a bit of a just in case, but oh well. A dire hit. I think it was from that youngster over there. The dire hit just boosts the chances of you dealing a critical hit. I do not like these battle items. They are pretty much a waste of time. Okay. So, finally, we can make some proper progress. I'm going to rearrange my team a little bit. So, our next objective is heading up for Hearthome City. Go for it, my Pokemon. I'll do my best, too. Go do it, my Pokemon. I'll work hard, too. Dramatic double battle! Anthony and Lauren. Okay. Oh. Something tells me that I might have made a bad choice. Oh well. Worst case scenario, I'll just lose one of my Pokemon in the process. Wow. And, oh, that's bad. Ah. Okay, good. That was a critical hit on the Pachirisu. Wow. Okay, not what I was hoping for. Okay, new strategy. Ha! Joke's on you! I'm not using a physically offensive move. Uh-oh. Woo! Okay, good. Good. I will take it. Beautify's a level 23, Drudge is level 22, and Luxio is a level 24. I'm gonna want to move Roar. Nah, I'm not feeling it. I need a paralysis here. Yeah! I cut your speed in half. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Nothing! Cloudy has grown his level 23, and not for a chance of meatballs. That's right, I made that joke already. Oh, don't get so down on yourself. At least you've proven that you have done well to show us sort of what you're made of. Got a super potion right here. I'm willing to bet you that you have a rock type Pokemon you, because I don't want to take another pit stop back into the Pokemon Center, but we'll see. Jackpot. Don't worry, buddy. I got this. See? See, this is why I got the Mega Drain. Ooh, you got a Bronzor. Okay, I'll play with it. Probably not gonna do a whole lot in this scenario, but you know what? I kind of underestimated a few things myself in my times of playing these kind of Pokemon games, so hey! Let's see here. Go for a Flame Wheel. I have no ways of knowing if it had Heat Proof or Levitate for the ability, but like I said about it from before, this is a very good Pokemon, and it can have any weakness in that you choose of either ground or fire. Or I guess technically dark. I guess I don't really know. We now have a new dungeon. Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I guess Flash is technically not counted as a hidden move, but then again, they kind of dropped that ages ago. So let's see here. Wow, that's a lot of steps. Going in. So, welcome to Mount Coronet. Where our dire adventure will continue on, and we're going to see the monstrosity on how things will play out in the end. Okay. So, in here, Mount Coronet's a lower section. Let's come over here real quick. And, ooh, this guy. According to one theory, Mount Coronet is where the Sinnoh region began. It's a newly created world, a world where only time flowed and space expanded. There should have been no strife. But what became of that world? Because the human spirit is weak and incomplete, strife has spread. This world is being ruined by it. I find the state of being things to be so deplorable. Boy, we got a bit of a sketchy guy right there. We wouldn't want to remember him. There's really not a whole lot of where we can explore in this particular location, but while we're in here, in the lower half of Mount Coronet, we have one new Pokemon that we can find, and this one's actually kind of worth your time of getting. Cleffa. This went from being a normal type to becoming a fairy type Pokemon, and quite frankly, how and why? Okay, I know that its evolution has fairy in its name, but honestly, I never really understood it myself. But then I kind of looked more into it. That Magic Guard ability is probably one of the more interesting abilities out there. The Pokemon only takes damage from attacks. So, the only things that you're going to be worried about are moves that can, well, hit you. Do damage both physically or specially. Not a bad ability to say the least. To evolve it, we're going to need a certain item to do so, more specifically a Moonstone, but that was not going to be for quite a while. If you manage to find a Moonstone, I actually would recommend you kind of hold off on that a little bit. Because certain Pokemon that evolve with the use of stones, you typically stop at learning some moves along the way, but experiment. I think you might find that Cleffa may be a good choice to go for, and once it evolves into Clefairy, all the more better, because some of the moves that it learns that Cleffa can't. It's very nice to say the least. If you want to be competitive, Friend Guard's going to be the one to go for, because that's going to lower your allies' damage and being taken by 25%. I guess you could say, it is the embodiment of a support role Pokemon. Yeah, at that point I was pretty much stalling for time. 208. I'm just a little kid. Excuse me. You ever heard of a little something called "Don't judge a book by its cover"? Hey, you big old fart. But okay. I guess I could take up on your offer. Probably just got nothing but Geodude. Maybe throwing an Onyx in there, but anyway, did I help him make my Pokemon stronger? It's okay with me. You're not exactly a trainer that's really worth my time, just for experience grinding, but then again, Beautiflies are definitely getting all the attention that they really need. In fact, now I'm thinking about it, is it a male or female? Okay, it's a male. I still haven't quite figured out a nickname for Beautifly yet, because like I said, I'm using it on my team. But maybe you can. X-Speed. I believe this guy, on the other hand, I think he might actually be a trainer of interest for us. Nope, never mind. Usually with Pokemon trainers that have like maybe one Pokemon on their team, typically have a Pokemon that's stronger than you would think, or they may have a rare Pokemon on hand. So far, it's kind of been breaking even. Mew's almost at level 25. Almost my second strongest Pokemon out there. Wow. Anyway, while we're going through out here, there is a little bit of some patch of grass in it that's out. It's a little bit further this way. Specifically right there. We have one new Pokemon for us to find. And, well, if you didn't plan on catching this Pokemon from before and evolve it, now is your golden opportunity. But first off, what? Oh, okay. So you're the one with the Onix. Oh, well. B-Barrel. This is the evolution edition of Bidoof, and it gains a water subtype. And if you have chosen not to catch a Bidoof from before, now's your opportunity to get its evolution. Honestly, not much really needs to be said about it. It can now learn its own water type moves and get same type attack bonus. And, well, when you think about it more, it actually has a lot of nice type coverage just for being both a normal and water type Pokemon. If you still want it, I still think that Simple is probably going to be the one to go for. Or better yet, if you want to be more competitive, Moody's going to be the one to go for. Like I said, not much really needs to be talked about. It's just a more powerful Bidoof with a water subtype, and this has been regarded as one of the greatest HM users up until this particular generation when HM moves that practically no longer exist. But maybe you can still find some good use out of this. I kind of like B-Barrels, one of my personal favorites to use. But maybe it's your favorite too. Now, I believe in this particular location, we have, I think, one of the trainers that's of interest for us. I know I've been saying that a lot, but honestly, it's just been kind of rubbing off on me. Combi. Okay. You're trying to one-shot it. There we go. Yay. I think it looked like it was scoffing if it wasn't fainted. Oh! I guess in a way you're kind of a trainer of interest because you have a Roselia? But, oh well. Beautiful's a level 24 and Sun's a level 27. I'll take it. You know, I kind of like that name. Not a very common name that I've been hearing. Let us create a scene of fantastic tableau battle. Ah, yes, I'm a dear old Frenchman. I will never do that again. William. You wouldn't happen to be a relative to William Shatner. Oh, yes! This is a trainer of interest. He has a Mime Jr. on hand. The pre-evolution of Mr. Mime. Well, to which I say to you, Mime. And yep, I knew it. Your other Pokemon is Bonsly. These are Pokemon that are exclusive to either have Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl. And I just realized I don't have any actual special moves on this Pokemon. Oops. I really didn't want to have you have a little bit some time to shine. Okay, now you're just a beam. I'm gonna check something real quick. Making the use of the same type as the target. Okay. Not feeling it. Sorry, Mew. I promise you that you will have some good use of it a little bit later on. I called your switch. Bye. Bit of a disappointment, but it'll do nonetheless. Yeah, you were a trainer of interest. I couldn't tell if you were actually painting something. This guy. Don't say a word, just take it. An odd keystone. Go to Route 209. Head to the Grand Underground. Listen to the Stone Pillar. Talk to Splunkers. That is actually a hint for something that I'm probably not going to be able to accomplish in this particular Let's Play, but I'll definitely talk about it when we get the chance to talk about it. Welcome to the big city, Hearthome City. Oh, thank goodness, and that you happened to be there. If it weren't for you, who knows how far away my Baneri could have run. Baby Baneri, back into the Pokeball you go. I'm Kira. I'm a Super Contest Show Judge. Please drop by the contest hall so I can thank you properly. Just, contests. 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 Not exactly feeling that, but then again, I never really took part of any contests before in this particular game. Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond, but maybe I'll give it a try in this particular Let's Play, see how far I can go. Well, we've accomplished more than for what I hoped for. We made it to Hearthome City. We found what I was looking for in Oreburgh Gate, and we made some good amounts of explorations from around here. I think it's about time that we go ahead and we end things off right around here. So, next time on Pokemon Shining Pearl. Why don't you go do a little bit of some backtracking a little bit? Yeah, I know. When we got to our new destination, we backtrack. But there's definitely something that I want to explore and heard from before, now that we finally got what I was looking for. So, until then, see you guys then.